Okay, so I know this is YouTube, and what I'm going to do now is just wrong. Just goes totally against the spirit of YouTube and the online world in totality. But I'm actually going to bring you some good news. I'm actually not going to be whining about something. And I know that's a big faux pas, but a little bit of positivity here. And that is that the British government, the evil, awful, terrible Conservative government, have taken it upon themselves to force universities in the United Kingdom to commit to free speech. Yes, we've actually had a little bit of a victory, or at least it seems like a victory in recent times. Now, I know not everybody will regard this as good news, because I know there are some people who champion universities clamping down on opinions, and there's various different groups that take this perspective, and they all have one thing in common. And do you know what that one thing in common is? The one thing is that the opinions that are going to be clamped down always happen not to be the opinions that they hold themselves. Really, really fucking strange, that, isn't it? What a coincidence that is. Okay, so without further ado, let me read you the good news. And this was on at least most of the broadsheet newspapers today. This is from the Telegraph. Universities told they must commit to free speech under new plans. Universities that use no platforming and safe space to shut down free speech could face action from the new higher education regulator the government has announced. Joe Johnson, that's Boris Johnson's brother, and it may well be no coincidence that an attempt was made to no platform him from a university campus. Maybe that was the bridge too far. The university's minister said young people and students need to accept the legitimacy of healthy, vigorous debate as he outlined plans for the Office for Students, OFS. According to the Times, this could include powers to fine, suspend or deregister universities if they do not meet a statutory duty to commit to free speech in their governance documents. Hallelujah. But any proposals will form part of a consultation to help establish how the OFS will operate in its regulation of English universities. Let me read you a little bit more. In an interview, Mr. Johnson told the Times no platforming and safe spaces shouldn't be used to shut down legitimate free speech. Our young people and students need to accept the legitimacy of healthy, vigorous debate in which people can disagree with one another. That's how ideas get tested, prejudice is exposed, and society advances. Universities mustn't be places, in which free speech is stifled. Launching the consultation, he added, free speech is one of the foundations on which our higher education tradition is built. It goes to the heart of our democratic values and is a principle I know universities hold dear. I know there is good practice out there, and I'm proud that some of our university leaders and academics have publicly defended free speech, but there are still examples of censorship where groups have sought to stifle those who do not agree with them. That is why I want the OFS to work with universities to encourage a culture of openness and debate and ensure that those with different backgrounds and perspectives can flourish in a higher education environment. Sir Michael Barber, chairman of the OFS, which gets its legal power in April, said ensuring freedom of speech and learning how to disagree with diverse opinions and differing views of the world is a fundamental aspect of learning at university. The OFS will promote it vigorously. I've got to say, that's one of the most positive things I've read on any of this for a long time, and maybe part of it is having a little bit of a weather ride there over at events that are taking place in the United States and thinking, let's nip this fucking thing in the bud before it just gets too far. Ultimately, you all know my opinion on this. We all benefit from this, because just because you happen to be wearing the jackboot right now and be the one who's stifling somebody else's ability to speak doesn't preclude that situation from changing round at some stage, and you be the ones that are no platform. You be the ones that are told that even though you've been invited to a university, you still can't attend. That invitation is going to be overruled. Okay, that's all I wanted to say. actually a little bit of positivity for once. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.